worried. What is Ahmed going to say about my background right now?
Is Ahmed actually there? Oh, God, I thought it was a.
It looked like a cardboard cutout.
I thought it was a modeling shoot.
Good camera quality. Yeah.
Yeah, are you coming to us on a high definition fancy camera right now?
So this is what you have to do when you start poking fun at other people's homes and their background. You need to invest heavily in your own background, because what is it? He who lives in glass houses cannot throw stones. So I had to fix it up, and so yeah, that's a real background.
Wow.
That's live and in person. When we were doing the rehearsal yesterday with Shauna, she was like, "Is that really real? Like, go back there and mess with things and move them around, just so I know that's not some sort of green screen." So I'm in my basement right now. Yeah, my kids are upstairs. This is all real, guys. Good to see you.
Good
You
to
too,
see
Ahmed.
you.
Guys.
Matt, how are things with you?
All well, guys. Just kind of one day at a time, like everyone else, trying to abide by the rules. And luckily, we can gamble a little bit while we're kind of waiting things out. So yeah, all's well. No complaints.
Because you're in quarantine and newlywed life.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about diving into the deep end. This is the absolute test here, and luckily, knock on wood, we're doing all right. But yeah, it's been an interesting dynamic because I've been used to working from home for so long, and my wife typically would go into the office. Now we've split up the office space, and we have to kind of take shifts. But all in all, everything's going well.
Good, wonderful.
Matt, how are you finding betting the Will Rogers Downs and the Fauna Parks and whatnot?
So I haven't really done a deep dive into those tracks, even though it seems like Fauner Park has a giant payout twice a week. It seems like that just seems to be the going rate at this point. I've been much more interested in Gulfstream and Oaklawn. Gulfstream, I don't think I've ever been as in tune with that track as I am right now. I feel quite good down there. So knock on wood, things keep going along. It was unfortunate with the weather today, but it is what it is in South Florida. You're going to get that every once in a while.
You almost couldn't see it. I was watching it on TV earlier, and it was just completely blank, foggy, kind of resembled Justified's Preakness, but almost worse. Ahmed, I have to ask, when did the idea come about to start analyzing people's backgrounds? Because it's hilarious, and I think everyone's enjoying the curtain being peeled back a little bit and seeing people's homes.
Yeah, so we've made, I think, 4 videos right now, picking apart everyone's background. And basically the idea came about because a couple of my bosses called me up and they go, "Ahmed, you're not doing anything. You're just at home. Figure out something to do." And I was like, I know, I can make fun of other people. So yeah. And I figured that so many other people were doing that. It's like you're listening to the person, but then you're like, oh, why do they have 2 Elvises in the background? That was Dale Earnhardt Jr. And so we just started seeing all the backgrounds, and I was like, this will be kind of a fun video idea, and we'll pair up 2 people, Nick Luck versus Britney Eurton, which is coming in the next background battles video. So really, it was just out of trying to find ideas, content in this time when there's really nothing going on. And I do have to say, too, hearing Matt Bernier's voice right there brings me back to this time last year, because I'm a newbie to the sport, and I've learned so much from you guys and Nick and Britney. But I got to say, Matt was my guy, because I would listen to his podcast all the time. And that was how I got my indoctrination into horse racing, because I was like, what are the people that are into horse racing and know it inside and out talking about? I'll listen to them ask the questions and listen, like kind of pick their brains. And I was able to listen to Matt Bernier every podcast, probably 2 times. And so that got me to where I am today, which is not much higher than I was a year ago, but it's still a little bit better. So it's nice to hear Matt again in my ear. Oh, here's the
wow! Look at this.
Let's have a glimpse of Ahmed dishing the dirt. Oh, we got a tantalizing glimpse.
I was going to say that was a tease.
That was all you get. Yeah, you got to pay for the rest of it. It's $5.99 per month.
Okay.
Some of you have stepped up your game. This is going to get more difficult. Mike Florio and Patrick Sharp. Florio in what he refers to as his farm. Looks like he's got multiple helmets, a couple guitars he played, and he got in a rocking chair ready to read us a bedtime story. Patrick Sharp, super clean, smooth, but I'm not sure if is that his office or is that a kitchen? A little ambiguity there makes me uncomfortable. I'm going with Mike. Oh, we got Chris versus Chris, our first mano-a-mano. Okay, this is Chris early in the quarantine. This is Chris late in the quarantine.
Somehow both shots incorporate multiple doors, even the one in the corner. There's 2 doors there. How is that even possible? So the early quarantine, Chris, there's a lot going on. I like it, but we got a crooked horizon line, and that's a big no-no.
Wow.
And the reason I feel okay doing all these things is because I know, at least for the near future, I don't have to face these people like in real life, right? It's not allowed, and so it's like I don't have to. It's like, hey, sorry, you lost the background battle. I don't have to see him. Maybe get a text from him.
Showing off his multiple.
I mean, with these 2 legends, though, how do you pick?
Many as well.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
This one was one of the more difficult ones, Brittany.
I'm sure.
Way for Al.
You don't want to make Al Michaels mad.
Does get the victory.
I'm assuming here, and I know this might be a stretch. I'm assuming that Doc Emmerich and Al Michaels were not watching and have not watched and have no idea I did that. So I could pretty much say whatever I want. But yeah, I mean, that's why what you guys have been doing and what what horse racing in total has been doing has been so nice for everyone out there hungry for content. I mean, it's either watch a live race, bet on a live race, or watch a minute 43 of Ahmed try to make jokes. And so it's like the balance is off on that. And so I think it's shown us, and I think Lafitte said the same thing, how, we take a lot of the stuff for granted. The hamster wheel keeps turning and turning. And when you finally get to a point where, no, there's not a whole lot going on, you appreciate the few times that you have some actual live sports action.
Well, what a lot of people in the UK would give for any live content now. I mean, we may be approaching it, but certainly not within the next 2 weeks or so. I wouldn't have said. So, it's coming closer, but it's I think now 6 weeks on, 7 weeks on from when the horse racing and all of sport and the whole country effectively shut down. Now is the time when people are really starting to crave something. We know there's more important matters at stake, but sport is something that binds everybody, and it is so important for people's well-being, mental well-being.
Yep. And I think you hear the word distraction thrown out there. Oh, people need a distraction, but I think that short sells what sports really is. It's not a distraction. It is a hobby for a lot of people, and it's how they want to spend their time and their energy, and they just enjoy it. I don't follow. I'm a big baseball fan. I don't follow baseball because I want to be distracted from my life. I follow it because I really enjoy it. And so we learn too that our hobbies are better when life is good, and we enjoy them because we enjoy them, not because they're distracting us from anything that's out in the world. And so I think when sports comes back and we get to the other side of this whole thing, we'll be able to appreciate it more and realize that, this is how we want to spend our first Saturday in May, is betting and watching and partying with everyone else at Churchill Downs.
I really think we're going to approach things differently once we're out of this. Just really soak up every moment, every sporting event, every concert, every moment that you spend with your family, just the little things. I think that's what we pretty much said across this entire hour and 7 that we've been on, is we take things for granted. We absolutely do. And perhaps we'll learn not to in the future.
Where can I hear more Matt Bernier right now?
Right now, probably the most frequent would either be on YouTube or a podcast on In the Money's sort of network, or if you want some sort of live interaction where we can go back and forth, and either I can pick more winners than you or you can follow along with us on Fridays on horseplayers.com. We play in a little bit of we call it Horseplayers Happy Hour. We all sit around and we chop up the races. I think it's usually 6 or 7 races for a couple hours on Friday afternoons. Myself, Peter Thomas Fornatal, and Jonathan Kinchin, and the boys occasionally have some other guests that roll through. But for the most part, it's just kind of, I feel like a lot of us are doing this sort of thing now, where it's a little bit of what we used to do out in public, we're just doing now from certain rooms or areas of your home, and it's just nice to be able to interact with folks where you're not just losing your mind sitting at home waiting, hoping that things are going to turn around here sooner than later, when who knows in reality how long things are going to take. But that's a nice way. If you're trying to get involved with contests, playing the horses, talking about it a little bit, I would definitely say the Breeders' Cup Happy Hour for horse players on Friday afternoons. No, Brittany, I've just realized I've got a wonky horizon line. Oh, I have one too. It's all right. It's all right.
Wait,
No, it's
Really
actually
bad.
not all right, guys. I did notice that it's not all right.
Well,
My
If I kind of
photo.
move and-
How do
I
Brittany,
didn't
yours
build
is-
the building.
Brittany, yours is
better.
good. Although
better.
I can't tell. The roses are good. I can't tell. Is that a light fixture or is that a plant to your right over your other shoulder?
It's a plant that needs to be. It's fake. It needs to be.
Oh no.
It needs to
All right.
soften a little bit.
All right, that'll factor into everything. And I do have to say too, Nick,
work on
Nick, before I go, I do have to say, you challenged me about a week ago to eat a raw egg.
Oh, good man. Do it for Dan.
So here it is. I got it right here. It's a raw egg. I just unpeeled it.
Why is it so dark? Oh, you are the
That's-
worst.
Oh,
cop-out.
Ahmed.
Doesn't count.
Can't do it all at once.
Absolutely
Is it
doesn't count.
surprisingly nice?
That's a lot of sugar in there. I couldn't do it. It scared me. I Googled it for like an hour and a half. And even though you survived, Nick, which I don't know how you did, the slight chance of salmonella poisoning freaked me out.
Lafitte
So much
Pink Eye
so-
did this live on a well-known television network.
Yeah, I'm no Lafitte Pinkai, and I've been told that multiple times. But I did donate, and I brought the receipt here. I've donated to the Breeders' Cup Charities, which is on the website there. And Nick, I can email you a copy of that just to confirm it even more. Because I chickened out on the egg, but we've donated to the great charities out there that you guys are supporting. So at least I did that.
You are an absolute gentleman.